Hey everyone, this is James from Brewing Books. Let me take you quickly back in time. It was 2007 and HarperCollins had just announced an exclusive signed and limited edition of The Children of Hurin. This was no ordinary publication, however. It would be limited to 500 copies worldwide and signed by Christopher Tolkien and Alan Lee. 2 years later, in 2009, HarperCollins promoted another exclusive release, this time of The Legend of Sigurd and Gudrun, which would also be limited to 500 copies worldwide and also signed by Christopher Tolkien. After much deliberation, not least because of the extraordinary price tags on both books, 6 years after the Children of Hurin announcement, I managed to get one of the last few copies before they eventually sold out. It was a huge relief, to be honest, until I turned my eye towards the other book. The Legend of Sigurd and Gudrun, however, had vanished into thin air, and I could find no trace whatsoever of it, except for the occasional outdated listing on eBay or some second-hand online retailer. Last month, however, after much research, browsing, deliberation and expectation, I finally acquired a limited edition of Sigurd and Gudrun, which can now proudly stand alongside its brother on my bookshelf. It was such a special moment, especially after 15 years of hoping someday I would own these extraordinary editions. To actually finally being here today with those two books behind me is just incredible. Now, not every Tolkien collector may agree about these two books' status compared to other items, such as the first editions of The Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. But there's no denying the sheer uniqueness and utmost quality, not only of the content in the books, but also the material used for publishing them, and I genuinely do hope that you acquire them one day. So in the meantime, here's hoping that this little in-depth video will give you a very good look at these two remarkable books and their sublime beauty. So starting off with the eldest of the brothers, The Children of Hurin signed and limited edition was in fact limited to 500 copies worldwide. And first off, we are presented with this custom-made leather clamshell case which houses the book itself. And here we have in turn the clamshell case for The Legend of Sigurd and Gudrun. Beautiful, you can see especially the texture and weaving along the leather surface over here. Now, to further add to the uniqueness and special quality of these books, both clamshell cases are clad in bonded leather and foil stamped in gold, lined with real suede. The Húrin edition sports the Helm of Hador and Tolkien's monogram at the back, whilst the Sigurd edition contains the motif of Sigurd's horse Grani. So let's open these up and use this ribbon here to help you remove the book. Notice also how both come with these raised spine ribs. Now, both books also are fully bound in leather and also hand-sewn, printed on superior acid-free paper with gold edge pages and marbled end papers. The Hurin edition is bound in real Italian leather and decorated in gold and red foil to replicate this absolutely stunning rendition of the Helm of Hador that adorns the front cover of the book. So as we open The Children of Hurin, we notice the hand-numbered writing and signatures by Christopher Tolkien and Alan Lee, this particular one being copy 455. Not only that, but both this and The Legend of Sigurd and Gudrun were signed onto the actual page rather than a bookplate, which is what is sometimes done with other books. And I think for me this is quite a remarkable aspect of these particular editions. Now, just as a reminder, the interior of the books, both the content, the text and the illustrations, are exactly the same as you would find them in the standard deluxe or hardback or even paperback editions. So in the case of the Húrin edition, the book is 320 pages and includes the 25 pencil illustrations by Alan Lee, including 9 gorgeous full-color plates inserted at 32-page intervals. And let's not forget the silk ribbon marker too. And here is the Sigurd edition. This also features real leather with a color frontispiece of a facsimile page from J.R.R. Tolkien's original manuscript. Now, as I understood correctly, what's also particularly interesting about both of these books is that these actual copies, these 500 respective copies, were made from the very first batches of text blocks during the printing stage, which were specially reserved for these editions. So ultimately, this printing process crafted these truly first edition books. As you can see on the inside of the Children of Hurin, Christopher Tolkien's 2-color fold-out map. The Sigurd edition also contains these features with the marbled and papers here, and also 4 illustrations by Bill Sanderson, which normally mark the beginning of a particular section in the book. And one of these illustrations is in fact the gold motif sigil on the front and spine of the clamshell case. These are truly a Tolkien collector's dream. These are just extraordinary additions in their own right, and I am simply in awe of these. And in fact, ever since I got the Legend of Sigurd and Gudrun, I can't stop looking at them, opening them up side by side and just appreciating the level of craftsmanship that went into creating these. And honestly, they don't really do this kind of quality anymore, especially with some of the recent deluxe editions, which have been a bit of a disappointment, to be honest. And it really serves as a reminder of how special these books are. And obviously with the sad passing of Christopher Tolkien a few years back, these have become even more special, and the likes of which we will probably not have in the future. So on that bittersweet note, we come to the end of this video. I do hope that you enjoyed this little tour of these 2 particular editions. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and do ask any questions that you might have about these particular editions, and I will try to answer them as best as I can. As always, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!